All right, welcome to Giga Nevada drone coverage from the Tesla Semi-Stalker Volume 8. So this was recorded on Sunday. What was that? October 22nd. And I hadn't expected very much in the way of change. You'll notice we just flew over a little bit of dirt that was moved in the warehouse on wheels. And it's funny how excited I got just about some dirt being moved. And it looked like it was just for rain, culvert, water erosion control. But in any event, we do actually see something worth discussing in today's drone flyover related to the so-called $3.6 billion Giga Nevada expansion that was announced back in January. So based on the conference call, the very depressing conference call for most of us, I think we can see that Tesla and Elon are pulling back. They're not going to stop these expansions, but I think they're slow rolling them. That's true of I believe that's true of Giga Nevada and Giga Mexico. And they talked a lot about how they still got plenty of room at Giga Texas. Well, they've also have plenty of room here at Giga Nevada, really, and they have for many years. So anyway, now we're flying and getting closer, and this is some erosion control right here. And this is the corner of the warehouse on wheels, and hopefully we'll get over there to the Giga Nevada structure here in a minute or in a few seconds. So what's going on? What I noticed here is there's not much changed, but there is one change. In the very corner of the L-shaped building that separates Panasonic 2170 production from the long, narrower part of the building, which is Tesla's, and it begins with 2170 battery pack assembly using those raw batteries from Panasonic. Anyway, up here in the corner, we're about to see that there's some changes. Not profound, but we've been looking, and this is the area where the $3.6 billion expansion was supposed to fill in, according to that rendering that made this building more back to a rectangular shape with the famous beveled corners that Tesla seems to love. You can see right up there in the corner, we're about to get in there. There's a cleared area from the parking lot. Our last flyover, that was parking lot. Now there's something going on. The $1 million question, or the $50,000 question, is what is going on here? I would love for any of you viewers to comment on what you think is going on here. And we're going to fly in and get quite a bit closer look. One thing I noticed about these culverts is, one, they're odd shaped. They almost remind me of the way they dug the culverts at Giga Texas for the entrance, for that stainless steel bizarre entrance and the lighting. Because I do watch Joe Tegmeyer almost every 3 times a week on almost every single one of his drone flyovers I've been watching for many years. There's a little bit reminiscent of that. What I don't really know is if this is something to get excited about. I noticed that these culvert trenches don't actually touch each other. That little arrow one touches, but some of the other ones are just standalone culverts. And so the question is this the very, very beginnings of the Gigafactory expansion? Or is this just an upgraded parking lot, maybe with lights and or some culverts for charging? That is the question, and I don't know the answer. Honestly, at this point, I'm pessimistic. I think this is not part of the Gigafactory expansion, that is not going to happen anytime soon, although I'd love to be proven wrong. See how they don't touch? Kind of strange shaped culverts. And like I said, if anybody has any ideas what's going on here, any predictions or any based on intuition or knowledge, of either electrical culverts and or water control or anything else, I'd love to hear. My sense is that the Giga Nevada giant $3.6 billion expansion is going to be delayed for a long time, and that my sense is they're going to build a separate building that they can put up really quickly, or use one of the existing industrial buildings that are in the neighborhood, similar to where they are now with the semi prototype line, and stand one of those up, rent at least one of those, and start building semis as soon as they have the future design locked down. So now we're here on the south side of the building that would only get a little bit of an expansion if, based on the rendering, just enough to pop out those octagonal corners. And don't see much going on over here. I think a little bit of stuff was cleared out a few months ago. I was hoping it was for contractor buildings and contractor material. And what's coming up here on the right is one of the two megacharger graveyards. These are actually megacharger shells. I don't know if they were just unused, damaged cabinets, or what. And that right there, I think I keep saying megacharger. I mean megapacks. Obviously, I mean megapack cabinets. And megacharger and megapacks have commingled in my brain, and so I periodically use one, interchange them, even though they're not interchangeable terms. Anyway, we did fly over and saw a little bit of the mega pack graveyard, the larger graveyard, and now we're going to fly over the eastern side of the building that has a lot of equipment, and this looks a lot like lithium production or lithium refinement that we see over at the lithium refinement building at Giga Texas. A lot of similar equipment, and I would love for someone, including Joe Tegmeyer, I'll tag him and ask him for his input. And then we see a lot of coolers or chillers, whatever they're called, and there's a bunch of those next to the lithium refinement building that they're building over at Giga Texas. So that makes me think that maybe that's involved with the lithium refinement for Panasonic batteries. I don't know where the food chain starts for them, whether or not they start with lithium carbonate already refined, or if they do some refinement here and just get all of the completed raw materials delivered. These were all the shipping doors are here. Delivery doors are here on this side of the building, nothing on the other side of the building. And again, these tanks are reminiscent of tanks that have been installed recently or are about to be installed at Giga Texas. So I bet you Joe Tegmeyer is probably uniquely qualified for this engagement to opine on what all of this equipment is on the east side of the building. Much of it's been here for a while, for a long time, because there's been a Panasonic battery production and a battery pack assembly and drive motor assembly for a long time. The mystery is, and I'm trying to find out for you guys what is going on at the former mega pack construction that was at this end of the building that we're looking at right now. This far north section of the building was emptied of all mega pack production. And I'm very curious and trying to find out what is in there. Although that's, Tesla is very secretive and it's not very easy. Okay, here's the smaller mega pack graveyard. It's pretty easy to tell. These are empty cabinets, possibly damaged. And I wonder if they're going to do what they've done at Texas and sell these to employees. I'd love to have a mega pack cabinet for my tool shit, for my garden tools. But then again, I'm sort of a Tesla fanboy. Not one, however, that doesn't have occasional criticism. Here's the nice array of solar chargers, solar panels that are on the this end of the building. I noticed earlier today that they're not on the Panasonic building. These solar panels, which were late arrival to Giga Nevada, frankly, they're only installed on the long, narrow Tesla portion of the Giga Nevada, not on the Panasonic portion. This is a bunch of master shot automated footage of the Megapacks shells, and we're getting close to the end of the video. Again, love to hear from Joe or Tegmeyer or anyone else who can talk about the equipment that we're seeing. And also I'd love to hear what anyone thinks about that new trenches being dug over in the area where the Giga Nevada $3.6 billion expansion was slated to occur. And here's a little panorama shot. And thanks again for tuning in. Appreciate you guys.